All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Resto, and we're diving into the Discipline Priest that we've seen in the videos before. Same thing with the Holy Paladin, guys. This can be super straightforward, super quick. Not much to this. It's all PvP gear. Literally Wrath of the Lich King PvP gear with stamina enchants and resilience gems. That's all there is to this. Moving on to the cloak. You use, instead of the Twinkles ring, you're going to get the cloak instead of the ring and put 70 spell pen on this because of the spirit and mastery. You definitely want to stack mastery as a priest. When it comes to the off pieces, what I did was reforged everything into mastery. So I have crit pieces and reforged them into mastery. Did not reforge this ring. I was kind of testing something, but I will reforge this later. Regardless, crit is going to be reforged into mastery, and then you want to have mastery spirit with everything else. I have the Kibbles ring. This comes from Blackrock Caverns, the third boss. If you do it in order, that's going to come from him. And then for the pieces here, I have the first boss, the mace that drops. It's going to be spirit mastery. Power Torrent's going to go on this. Super straightforward. Now, right now, I'm using the Beauty's Bone, and I have this reforged. However, this is what you should be running. I just can't get it to drop for the life of me. But you're going to get this offhand instead. Spirit, crit. You're going to change the crit into mastery, and that's going to be your go-to. Hit isn't really going to be important as a healer because you're going to be healing your teammates. You're not really going to be offensive casting spells. You can if you want, but I'm going to tell you right now, nothing's going to land. So everything is just going to be dumped into mastery and crit. Your whole goal is to stay alive and just be a huge bubble. That's your only objective. For the trinket, since I don't have any professions, I'm running the Corroded Skeletons key for the increased stamina and an extra shield for like an oh shit button. So this is something that's really nice to have for those situations. Now, when it comes to like the shoulders, same thing with the headpiece. I have the 24 spell power, 15 crit. Same thing with the head, 24 spell power, 15 crit. And then stamina goes on everything else. That's pretty much all that goes into this. When it comes to the chest piece, I'm going to use the Mighty Resilience chest piece. Same thing with the shoulders, stamina enchant. Same thing with the boots, stamina enchant. Like that's all that really goes into this. Healers are super straightforward. They're super easy to gear and put together in the 80 through 84 bracket, but the 80 healers will always triumph an 84 healer. You won't run out of mana as quick. Your healers are going to be twice as strong, and you're going to be just as sustainable in battle than an 84 would. 10 out of 10, guarantee it. I've seen it happen all the time. So 80 is what I go for healers, 81 for DPS, and then 84 if you just want to be that guy for DPS as well. Nothing wrong with 84s. I will say some classes perform better at 84 due to the gear options. Like DKs at 81 doesn't really work. You got to go 84 because the gear options make the class viable, whereas 81 it doesn't. A rogue, I've seen 81 rogues and 84 rogues. Both are very good. It really just depends on the class and what the gear offers for that bracket or that class bracket, if that makes sense. So anyways, moving on to the professions. So with the professions, so you can go with the alchemy trinket instead of the corroded run trinket. Alchemy trinket, it's going to be way better for obvious reasons. You're going to have 40% increase on any type of potions or consumptions. And you're also going to have an extra gem socket. That gem socket can be used as a spell pen gem. It can be used as a mastery gem, whatever you want it to be, 100% up to you. Now the first profession or the second profession, profession, whatever you want to go into, you don't need engineering. Either go enchanting for the enchants on rings or go jewel crafting. Those are the two that I would go into just because you can have increased gems. You can have increased resilience gems, even for Wrath of the Lich King. Doesn't have to be the Kata ones, but you can even have the increased Kata gems on the alchemy trinket. So definitely go JC and definitely have alchemy. Those are the two that I would go for a Disc Priest. Same thing with Holy Paladins. I would go with those two. You can even go tailoring if you really wanted to, or enchanting. Like I said, if you want the enchants. But me personally, if I was making a Disc Priest, I would go with jewel crafting and alchemy for those very reasons. Holy Paladin's a different story. I would choose a little different just because of the stat priorities, but since the mastery is really the only thing, crit mastery is the main thing you want to go for, definitely would go JC, definitely would go with Alchemy. Alchemy is already going to give you that critical strike and that gem slot bonus. So anyways, that's that. Moving on to the talents. This is what I run for Holy Paladin, or not Holy Paladin, Disc Priest. So go ahead, take a screenshot, pause, do whatever you need to do. Like I said before in other videos, I'm not diving too far into this. These are pretty straightforward guides on what I'm showing you guys, what you guys need. Cataclysm is going to be subject to change if new things are involved. Maybe a new build, maybe some more theory crafting has happened. So I will make guides on them then. However, right now, this is what I run. This is what you've seen in the videos. This is what's working. This is what I've been testing. So this is what I'm presenting. When it comes to the glyphs, this is what I run. The glyph of the power word shield. This is so big. Moving on to glyph of penance, glyph of flash heal, glyph of mass dispel, desperation, prayer of mending, and then I got shadow fiend, levitate, and fortitude. It's kind of similar to what a shadow priest would run in terms of the minor glyphs, but this is pretty much my glyph setup. There's really not much to it. Disc priests are pretty straightforward, but yeah, that's an 80 healer for you. They're very they cannot strike. They're so simple. They're very simple, very simplematic tunes to make. So definitely hope I see a lot of healers in Cataclysm, because holy hell, there are no healers here. So that's pretty much it. There's really not much to present. I'm going to start working on the next class. So until then, it's been Resto, guys. See you guys next time.